Is there public be heard tonight? No. Oh, yeah.
It's time for the show. So I will call to order the Town of Woodstock Town Board meeting for January 14th, 2025. Before I open the public hearing, two quick announcements. One from the town clerk. So we are experiencing a mail issue where a number of folks are not getting their tax bills. We did talk to the postmaster at Woodstock. He couldn't give me a definitive answer, but said it is possible, although a little strange, that the mail is still rolling around in their system. Because our mail, it gets delivered to Woodstock, it then gets sent up to Poughkeepsie and then Albany.
Oh, good heavens.
Yeah,
South
and then back.
Then just go to Albany.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So we are taking, if you don't have your tax bill yet, you can call up. The clerk does have copies of the bill she can give you. We're also going to take over a list of the names and addresses of folks who are not getting it for the postmaster to look into. But I just want to remind folks that it is a state obligation, even if you don't get your tax bill, that you are liable for the payment. And it's penalty free until January 31st. And yeah, so if the press could please just make a little note of that and remind people.
This was second and a half year of really being in trouble. So please let people know that they have not gotten their tax bills to let us know. And I know I'm not the only.
Can't hear you, Jackie.
The county.
Oh, Jackie, you need a.
Sorry about that. Sorry, Lori, who's ever on there.
But if you have not received your tax bill as of yet, they were mailed out December 30th. So most people should have their tax bill 2 weeks ago. If you have not gotten your tax bill, please contact the town clerk's office. It's beholden on the property owner to know that their taxes are due with or without a bill by January 31st without penalty. So please, if you have not gotten your bill, contact my office, 845-679-2113, extension 14. Let me know. I'll tell you the amount. I'll email you your bill, snail mail, however you need to get it. But please let me know so that you do not pay penalty. Thank you.
And Anula, you wanted to make a quick announcement about the art show on Saturday?
Yeah, so I wasn't prepared for it, but I can, if that's okay. So this Saturday at WHAM, the Bear Task Force partnered with several of the organizations in Woodstock, including the library, the chamber, the Rotary. And there's going to be a youth artist bear show. I think there's over 50 drawings that the kids drew, and essentially the theme is don't feed the bears and why they shouldn't feed the bears. So it's a great community event. They're expecting over 300 people. And I encourage everybody to come and support both our young artists as well as the organizations that helped us to put that together.
You said it was when this Saturday? Did you have
4 o'clock.
4 to 6. Okay.
I've got something very quickly, just a quick announcement. Woodstockers United for Change is conducting a petition drive to establish true independent quarterly source tracing, honest and transparent communication with the public about the PFAS contamination and development and execution of a plan for its remediation. The change.org link can be found on the Woodstockers United for Change Facebook page and website, woodstockersunitedforchange.com.
Jackie, if you could read the public notice, please.
At a meeting held on December 17th, the town board resolved to hold a public hearing on the amendments for the town code, chapter 245 wastewater district. All persons will now be heard.
So just a little background on this. Some of you may have heard me say this a little while ago. The New York State DEC last year, I think they realized they had a little bit of a problem around the state where there were communities with wastewater treatment plants who were allowing hookups without having the DEC review. So they basically went out to all the communities with these systems and they said, you've got to rewrite your law and you've got to rewrite it so that the DEC is notified. I will say that Woodstock is one of the few that was doing it by the book, and the Rupco project is a good example of that, where that went through the process with the DEC. They're not looking at every little hookup. It's anything over 2,500 gallons daily discharge. Along the way, they also did make some recommendations for design and whatnot. And if you look through the document, you see most of it talks about pipes and joints and whatnot, manhole covers. So with that, anybody have any questions, comments, thoughts, concerns, issues? Oh, come on, John, you must have something for me.
Is that the amendment? So I was going to ask, what are the changes? It's explicitly requiring the DEC.
We're not requiring. They're supposed to be, and we're indicating that yes, in fact, they have to be contacted and give up. It was not in the town code prior. We did follow that because it's a state regulation, but I think they felt that if every community put it in their own law, it would be more likely followed. So.
But does this law, proposed law, make any additional changes as they suggested?
No, it talks about, I mean,
I read the whole thing and what my question really was like, did the town propose anything different than what?
Can't hear.
no, I think you're not hearing me better. No. The town engineer went through it. He verified that there were issues. There may have been one or two minor changes from the DEC with regard to the type of pipe, but that was on an engineer's recommendation. And I'm not even sure that's 100% correct, but I can't remember any major changes. And again, if you look, it talks about pipe size, manhole size, diameter.
It
Testing for the whole.
It talks about payment.
Force main pressure. It talks about liability. That was a recommendation from the state.
So there, other than what you would characterize as engineering, technical aspect changes, the town didn't make any recommendations for this law
This,
other than what the DEC did.
correct,
And any of those technical
correct,
aspects.
correct.
Thank you.
If your question is, did I make any proposals? Absolutely not.
No, the question really was, I read the law, but I couldn't see where all of the changes were. So I just thought I would ask.
I think it's less about changes and more about just adding and beefing up our law, getting more specific. Because I think, as I understand it, a lot of these things are what the DEC would look for. So say you're going to propose some development or something in town and you design your system. Well, affordable housing, Bennett. Okay, suppose I was going to propose a development. And so these are things that the DEC would be looking for when they reviewed the project. Go back out to the public. Nobody? Nothing? I'll go for resolution then. Whereas the New York State DEC requires all municipalities with wastewater treatment systems to update their local codes governing said systems, and whereas pursuant to New York State Environmental Quality Review Act, this town board declares itself lead agency and further declares no coordinated review is required, and whereas the town supervisors completed a short environmental assessment form, whereas the town board held a public hearing on January 14th, 2025 to receive public comments. Therefore, be it resolved to authorize the supervisor to file with the town clerk a negative declaration of environmental impact. 2, close this public hearing. And 3, adopt local law number 1 of 2025. And I corrected, amending town code 245 wastewater district. All in favor? Aye. Okay. That's it for tonight, folks. That was a quick one. Yes, move to adjourn. All in favor? Aye. So